The quiet town of Webster had always trusted its silence. Nestled near the cold, endless stretch of Lake Ontario, the nights there were supposed to be predictable. Crickets, distant waves, the hum of sleep settling in. But something had begun to fracture that calm. Something unseen, something violent. On the night of August 1st, just after darkness had fully claimed the streets, a doorbell camera at the corner of Lake Road and Bay Road recorded something it was never meant to understand. For a fraction of a second, the frame was pierced by a sudden flash of white light low to the ground, sharp, unnatural. Then came the sound. A single concussive boom tore through the air, loud enough to rattle windows and punch through walls. Inside the house, Brian Hensel and his wife froze mid-conversation. The sound didn't roll like thunder. It didn't crackle or fade like fireworks. It struck hard and final, like something exploding far too close. In the aftermath, there was no screaming, no alarms, no visible fire. Just an unsettling stillness, as if the town itself had held its breath. When investigators later asked Hensel what he believed he had witnessed, he had no answers, only unease. The sound, he said, reminded him of a propane tank detonating, but there was no wreckage, no smoke, no explanation. And when the video was examined frame by frame, the mystery deepened. The light did not descend from the sky, it rose from the ground. That detail alone disturbed seasoned investigators. This was not an isolated incident. Months earlier, another Webster resident, Joelle Calcano, had recorded similar explosion sounds outside her home, deep, hollow booms that echoed through October and November nights. Each one sounded like destruction without consequence, something exploding yet leaving nothing behind. As News 10 NBC began to investigate, the story spread rapidly. Over 116,000 people across the country watched the footage, drawn in by the same question that haunted Webster. What was happening in the sky and beneath their feet? Viewers from distant states shared eerily similar experiences. Even Tampa reported a comparable flash and boom, separated by miles but united by confusion. Meteorologists searched for answers in the clouds. Weather data for August 1st showed no storms over Webster, no lightning, no severe weather. The Rochester airport recorded a faint notation for thunder, but nothing strong enough to explain the violence of the sound. And on the nights of the other explosions, there was nothing at all. Clear skies, calm air. Then came the most troubling realization. When the light was frozen on screen, it clearly originated from the ground. The town of Webster launched its own investigation. Nothing surfaced. The Coast Guard reported no distress calls, no explosions over the water. The power company, RG&E, confirmed there were no outages, no equipment failures, no surges. Every system that could have failed hadn't. And yet, the explosions continued. No sirens followed, no debris was ever found. Neighbors reported shaking homes and trembling walls. But by morning, everything looked exactly the same, as if the town had imagined it all. Brian Hensel would later say he heard nothing afterward. No follow-up blast, no approaching vehicles, just silence, a silence heavy enough to feel deliberate. In Webster, the nights have not been the same since. Because whatever caused those flashes and booms did not announce itself, it did not leave evidence, and it has never been identified. Only this remains: a brief flash of light, a thunderous boom, and a growing fear that something unknown is moving quietly, violently, just beneath the surface.